Welcome back to Been There, Watch That. We're going to review a movie today. Myself, Mr. Joe, and Mr. Dave. Joe maintains our website,
Woohoo!
BeenThereWatchThat.com. Check it out. Go back, see if we're off our rocker totally with the way we reviewed, or if you kind of agree with us. And reach out to us on social media, BTWT Pod. Type that into Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. Reach out and recommend a movie maybe we've never heard of, and we'll check it out.
Something amazing.
Yes.
This week, fans pick the classic. Well, we'll see if Joe liked it. He's the one who hasn't seen it yet. This is from 1997, Good Will Hunting. Man, that seems like a long time ago.
Good Will Hunting.
I thought this was like
Robin Williams, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck.
mid-2000s or something. 1997. We're going back to the 90s.
Yeah, they were young.
Well, guys, before we get started, I have a sidebar.
Okay.
I know it. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and start the one of many sidebars we're going to have. Has some sad news to report. Do you guys remember the documentary Grandma Ginga?
Yep.
Yeah.
Grandma passed away
Ah.
a year or two ago, but unfortunately, Ginga passed away within the last week.
Oh, gosh.
So
Right in line with Loretta Lynn.
Yeah. Yeah, so we lost two legends in the last week.
I really enjoyed their energy in that short film we watched. They were just very entertaining ladies, and
West Virginia natives.
yep, yeah, cool seeing West Virginia featured in a film like that. And I thought whoever did the film too did a really good job.
Yes.
The way they cut it all together, and short but still had a lot in there.
Well, and Grandma Ginga, that was the type of documentary where they was so entertaining. I think they could have stretched it out a little longer, and it wouldn't have been bad.
That is one of our bonus episodes. If you go back, it's in between episode 20 and 21. We did a bonus episode, Grandma and Ginga.
So to the family of Grandma Ginga, we're sorry to hear about the loss, but we are thankful to have had the opportunity to review their documentary, and thankful to have seen their entertaining content over the years. So, on that note, gentlemen, back to your regularly scheduled program already in progress.
Yeah, we've got Robin Williams back on the program. We had Mrs. Doubtfire episode 52. We've got Mr. Matt Damon, who's in our Rounders review, which was back there somewhere.
Oh, I forgot about Rounders.
Episode 54.
Yeah, Rounders.
And Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah.
Good memory there, Joe. What about Ben Affleck? Has he been in
Not that I remember.
anything that we've reviewed so far?
Not that I recall.
Yep.
So would you guys want a quick rundown and
You
casting call?
betcha.
All right. So Will Hunting has a genius level IQ, but chooses to work as a janitor at MIT. When he solves a difficult graduate level math problem, his talents are discovered by Professor Gerald Lambeau, who decides to help the misguided youth reach his potential. When Will is arrested for attacking a police officer, Professor Lambeau makes a deal to get leniency for him if he will get treatment from therapist Sean Maguire. So Robin Williams plays Sean Maguire, and as Justin mentioned, he's known for Mrs. Doubtfire, which is in our archives. Good morning.
Also that other one, where he's
Awakenings.
Awakenings. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
An excellent pick to coincide with this movie. Good Morning Vietnam and 1 Hour Photo. Matt Damon plays Will, and he's known for, as Justin mentioned, Rounders and Ford versus Ferrari, which is also in our archives, and The Martian. Casey Affleck plays Morgan, and Casey's known for Ocean's 11, which you can also find in our archives.
episode 23.
There we go, Justin on the roll. And Cole Hauser plays Billy, and Cole's known for Too Fast, Too Furious, and Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and confused. Huh. All right. Well, I've been waiting on this one for a while, Joe. You've been needing to see it. That's all I'm gonna say. You have to see this. Everybody should see this.
I agree.
So,
Yeah.
you want me to get my complaints out of the way?
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Yep.
You have complaints?
Okay. Well,
Joe.
this one, I'm anxious to see where this path goes.
We're done with you.
What? The one thing that just drove me nuts throughout the entire movie
Yeah.
is Matt Damon's Boston accent. It would come and go. It just drove me bonkers.
Huh.
He's
Never
from,
noticed.
He's from Southie.
Yeah, but so's Robin Williams, and he didn't have an accent.
Yeah.
It's like
He's a professional.
Well, okay, but still, it's like either
You
do
know
it
what?
or don't.
Yeah.
Don't be flip flopping all the way through. That got on my nerves.
Yeah. I did not notice.
Really,
No.
But
I'm
now-
surprised.
Now that you mention it, it is, yeah, Robin Williams has no accent whatsoever, which is interesting choice. But I didn't notice the in and out thing, but
Yeah, he would have the accent when he was around his buddies, but like anybody else, he wouldn't have it. It's like, okay, are you or aren't you? Pick a lane here, please.
Yep. I feel like Ben Affleck kept his the whole movie, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah,
He
his seemed
stayed-
easy.
Yeah.
He seemed maybe a little more believable as a Boston guy.
Yeah. But
Or, yeah, what? So he and Ben Affleck Matt Damon and Ben Affleck wrote this together like back in college or something. I
really,
think is the story. They wrote
Yeah.
the whole screenplay. I wonder if they're from that area at all, or they just decided, oh, the story should take place here, and then.
that's where they landed.
So your suspicion is Matt Damon probably is not from here and is basically acting this accent.
Yeah, but it's like
And forgetting to do it at all times.
yeah. It was just weird.
Well, and originally when they wrote it, it was about a math genius and his buddy, and they're going to outsmart the government. But when it got bought by Castle Rock, Rob Reiner said, hey, we got two movies here, action comedy about a whiz kid being recruited by the COA, and then a character drama about a genius and his shrink. And he let, Damon and Affleck decide which one they were going to go.
All right, any more
Yeah.
complaints, Jeff?
Yeah, Joe.
That was just kind of the one big one for me. If it's just that, and for this to be a Robin Williams movie, I don't think he was in the movie enough. Think about it, because the professor and all that, the professor had more, in my opinion, had more screen time than Robin Williams did.
Yeah, but I mean,
So my thoughts are, for it to be considered a Robin Williams flick, Robin Williams should have been on screen a little bit more.
yeah, I see it two ways. One, you can have less exposure, but when you are exposed to Robin Williams, it's a punch.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Every scene he's in is an impact scene.
Okay, I'll buy into that.
So they didn't water it down by just having Robin Williams everywhere.
Right. But
That's what I got from it. Like any scene he was in was poignant.
but to be fair, which other Robin Williams movie has he been in that he's been in almost every scene that you go, you know what, that was just a little bit too much, Robin Williams.
well, I know he's fantastic. I love
Right.
Robin Williams. I'm just saying this was more of a Matt Damon, Ben Affleck movie.
Right.
Yeah, and then the movie poster, on the top left it says Robin Williams, top right Matt Damon. So they kind of build it as, they're using the well-known, established
Right.
actor. But really, yeah, like you said, probably would be more realistic to have it the other way around.
Yeah.
A Matt Damon movie with Robin Williams, but
Right. And this is, and I'm not cutting down Robin Williams' work in this at all. I'm just saying, if you're going to tag it as a Robin Williams movie, I want to see a little more of him.
right.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought his scenes were so impactful that I didn't notice. I don't know. There's so many good scenes.
Right.
So I'll start off early here. What was the most poignant scene in your mind when you're talking about the movie to someone else? What sticks out in your mind?
Oh, him, Robin Williams grabbing Matt Damon by the throat and threatening to kill him, basically. That's always a scene that sticks out for me. I will end you.
Yes.
Got that, Chief.
Yeah,
So
that's a good one.
That's a good one.
I have two. When Matt Damon's character goes through the first batch of therapists,
Yeah.
and he's just messing with them, and then make a full circle at the end when him and Robin Williams when he finally breaks down that wall
Mm-hmm.
of saying, you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Not your fault.
yeah,
I have a couple. One is, how about them apples? He
yes,
slams the number against the window. And then the other one, when Ben Affleck's negotiating for him, gentlemen, you might get away with this somewhere else, but in this town, you're suspect.
yeah,
You, my friends, are suspect. Allegedly, if I
Yeah.
had $200 in my pocket right now.
Yeah.
And I just thought, he's wearing the old penny loafer type deals, white socks, blue suit, looking like a clown.
Yeah.
yeah,
And he's telling Robin Williams, Matt Damon's telling her, I sent my chief negotiator. Like, what? And then you see this scene, I'm just like, home run.
yeah,
What a great scene. Do you take a check? Yeah, I don't know. I liked it. It's one of my all-time favorites. But there's a lot of weird stuff with this movie because you had two pretty boys. You had Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, who wrote it, wanted to direct it, and they're like, nope, that's not going to happen. And Castle Rock had Damon and Affleck doing a lot of rewriting. This is one of the little fun facts. And the duo felt like the people at Castle Rock weren't reading it, so they did a paragraph-long gay sex scene between Sean and Will, and nobody even noticed.
Right.
They were right. Nobody was reading the drafts.
yeah,
They're not reading them that carefully. They're just having to rewrite it because of whatever reason.
yeah, just because.
So they put in a little test teaser in there and
Wow.
didn't even notice.
Never heard of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, just them messing with the
Yeah.
people, the executives. But
so acting like their characters then.
yeah, playing their character. They were young and unknown at that point.
Yeah. What'd you think when you saw Matt Damon on screen, Joe, from '97? Did he look like a little kid to you almost?
Oh gosh.
He looked a little young, yeah, but
Ben Affleck, yeah.
now I did find this interesting. So the lines in the scene when Sean talks about his late wife's farting antics were all ad-libbed by Robin Williams.
Yeah.
That's why Matt Damon's laughing so hard. If you watch the scene carefully, you notice the camera shaking a bit, possibly due to the cameraman laughing as well.
Yeah.
So Robin Williams' magic sprinkled right there in the middle that you would think it was all part of the movie or part of the script.
Yeah, that speaks to if you've got the right actor that can ad lib well. I mean, you gotta, as a director, be open to some of that stuff and not say, okay, you gotta read it exactly like it's written
Yeah,
at all times. It's a lot of stuff that no one could write and think of, or probably wouldn't.
yeah, but as a producer and a director, you have to be smart enough to know that you're recording gold here. Just let the camera roll and find a place to add it in.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys look at the budget?
No, I didn't.
No.
You want to guess?
Robin Williams is pretty big. Affleck and Damon, not so much. Casey Affleck, no. The other guy, Hauser, no. Everybody else unknown.
And this is on the '97 budget too, so keep that in mind.
10 million.
I'm gonna say 15.
Ding ding, Dave got it on the money.
Wow, nice.
All right, what did it profit?
225.
Holy
There
cow.
we go. Home run.
Wow.
Yeah.
You kind of alluded to it, Joe, a little bit, but for those that haven't seen this, I mean, MIT, obviously, high level, top of the food chain math department in the country, and Matt Damon is, kind of hanging out with knucklehead friends, fighting people in the streets, drinking and running around Boston, but then sneaks in and does these crazy math equations.
Yeah.
Um,
Takes a job he has to ride the train an hour or two at MIT.
because the professor puts out on the board, hey, by the end of the semester, if you can solve this, you get a prize, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it strike you guys that it's possible that, and they probably didn't, they probably used real stuff, but this math is so advanced that they're basically just drawing
He drew a
weird shapes.
little dot
Yeah.
I was wondering,
paragram there. I was like, I don't know. That doesn't even look like
I
math.
wonder if they're messing with us at all. And okay,
Yeah.
just draw some random squiggly lines.
Yeah, people will be impressed and they have no idea what they're looking at.
I mean, it's like crazy, really crazy looking stuff.
But I kind of laugh at the thought of how pristine is your school that even your janitors are that smart.
Well, I mean, the whole premise is kind of there's stories within stories, obviously. You know, Matt Damon has his own issues. Minnie Driver has her issues. You know, Ben Affleck has his issues. You know, Robin Williams has his deal with his wife passing away, and he's pretty much quit. And then you got the math professor. And the funny part was, you know, we had a conversation a couple weeks ago, but you know, the math professor sitting there talking to one of his female students who's attractive, and he's hitting on her, you know, and he's like, "Yeah, doing a serious math equation is like, you know, whatever sexy, you know, whatever he was laying on her."
Yeah.
And you know, it just like, and then another student comes up to me and is like, "Hey, if you want to have a drink with me later," you know, and she's like, "Oh yeah," she dismisses him. She's like, "Somebody solved the problem." You know, you're sitting there like, "Oh my gosh," you know, they got a 40-year-old guy as this math professor who's a sleaze bag hitting on young students.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's not the most likable character.
yeah, he's a real jerk. He doesn't understand, but he's only pressing for one thing. And is the Fields Medal real? Is that a real thing? Do you guys know?
What is it?
The Fields Medal that he won,
Mhm.
Distinguished Math
Yep.
Honor. Okay, but I thought, you know, Gerard Lambeau, that was a really good character, and Skarsgård played it very well. You know, he fit it. You know, the foreign accent, Norwegian accent, or whatever it was. But
Yeah, a lot of different accents going on here.
yeah,
Minnie Driver, the British
Mhm.
accent, and then Lambo, yeah, he sounds like he's, you know, Sweden or something. I don't know.
Somewhere,
seems like,
yeah.
And then
somewhere far away and smart.
the Boston guys, and then Robin Williams. who just
Southie.
said, nah, not doing it.
Well, it's Robin Williams. Does he really have to?
Yeah, I really like his line at the end. Scoundrel stole my line.
Yeah.
You know, so just to verify the ending there, so he took a job locally for Macmillan,
Mhm.
but then he ended up going to California anyway. So he dumped him twice, not once, but twice. And my goodness, what a line when he was talking to NSA. So my buddy goes to war to fight for whatever, gets shrapnel in his butt, and, you
Yeah.
know, blah blah blah. So I might as well just bomb this guy, shoot my
Yeah.
buddy, and
Yeah.
yeah. What a great little story.
Yeah.
I love that part.
Mhm.
But
That and the running joke of the airplane with the
yeah,
pilot.
the pilot. Don't forget the coffee.
Yeah.
I like how everybody's like, "Did you really say that?" It's a joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, you're right. Robin Williams, what a gamer. You know, who's the director? Van Sant was the director, and he said they do a lot of takes because you know, just had so many good lines popping out in between, and you know, Sean and or Matt. Shoot, I don't even get the names right. Will.
Yeah.
Good Will Hunting and Sean the therapist.
Yeah.
They had a lot of staying in character in between takes.
Right.
So they kept trying to keep the camera rolling just to catch stuff.
So when Robin Williams won the Oscar for his supporting role, he sent Peter Mr. Peter, I'm going to just completely bludgeon your name, and I apologize. Augustininsky, who dubbed his voice in German, a small replica. Robin Williams sent him a small replica of the Oscar statue with a note saying, "Thank you for making me famous in Germany."
Nice.
Nice.
So I'm gonna stir the pot here a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I could not find any Would You Rathers. So do you guys want to play fantasy Would You Rather?
Sure.
So for the character of Sean, played by Robin Williams, is there anybody that we could replace?
No, gosh.
I was gonna say that's not even. I don't even think there's room for discussion. But to be fair, let's.
Throw somebody out just to sample it a little bit, but really.
Well, that's the problem. I don't have anybody to like just throw out that's not an obvious no.
Huh. I didn't know if maybe they considered somebody up front.
No, I couldn't find any of the characters. But like Will, do
Yeah.
you see anybody else that could have? I have one in mind. I just want to see if you guys can think of anybody that could.
Maybe, I don't know.
Like Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, he's
'Cause
not
this-
tough enough. He's skinny.
Well, this is right around Titanic time, though.
Yeah, he was young then, though. I mean, young and skinny. Matt Damon was stocky enough to be a tough guy. Because, I mean, that's part of it. There's Southie Boston. He was a tough guy. Fought a lot. Got in a lot of trouble. Leonardo DiCaprio is not that.
Justin.
Maybe Leo would be able to keep the accent the whole time, though. I don't know.
I didn't notice the accent thing.
Like, I'm surprised. Because, like, that was one of the first things I picked
Oh, yeah,
up.
that's tough. That could affect Joe's rating a good bit, I'd say. I mean, it's hard to, get into a movie with something like that takes you out of it.
Yeah.
And it just goes back
Makes
and
it
forth.
seem
Well, and
unbelievable or unrealistic.
and it was, in my opinion, it was a bad accent to begin with. And I was thankful the first time he went out of it, I was like, good, I don't have to deal with this no more. Then he kept flipping that switch back and forth. It's like, come on. Either make me suffer with the bad accent or do me a favor and stop it.
Do you
Like-
notice that in other movies?
No, surprisingly, no. And that's what surprised me because, like, most of the time I don't catch that kind of stuff. But
Interesting.
for whatever reason, I don't know what my deal was that night. I was watching it, and like as soon as he started talking, it's like, oh, that's a bad accent. He's overdoing it. And then when he switched out, I was like, okay, good. And then when he switched back after going out of it, I was like, okay, what's going on here? And then I just was fixated on that. So I have no idea what triggered me that night. I was watching it, but that was one thing I did pick up on.
I mean, what if you take this entire story and move it to Stanford, so it's out in California? I wonder. I mean, does it have to be in Boston? What do you think, Dave? I mean, does that play into the storyline?
Yeah,
Because
because
of the-
South Boston's known for rowdy
Rough friends?
drinking, bars. I mean, that's Southie. That's it. You don't have that out in California.
Maybe New York.
Maybe
got
if
an
you did
accent
like the
there, too.
Bronx, but even the
Okay,
Bronx isn't
yeah.
upscale. There isn't an upscale school
Right.
around,
Yep. It's
And
tough.
and the Boston people are known hockey, baseball, football, New England, but hockey, baseball, they're a rowdy group,
Right.
loyal to a T, loyal to a fault. But
Do you think, like Joe, if he didn't do any sort of accent, would you be like, wait, why doesn't he have an accent, or would that have been better?
It actually would have been better for me.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't have. I would have never picked up on the accent issue, and we would be having a completely different conversation right now.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting. That's
so the math problems were real,
yeah.
and the guy says the math problems in the movie are not as hard as you think. First one's not particularly difficult. The second one, though, they didn't know what it was.
Compared to who?
That's all I'm saying. I just learned to skip count. I don't hear it. Yeah.
That's funny.
So the guy in the bar, when he's telling the joke about the airplane, and this time Robin Williams is telling the joke, and the guy
Yeah.
in the back says baloney.
Yeah.
That guy was actually the man behind the math equations.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then John Mighton, who played Gerald Lambeau's assistant, those two created the equations and the graphic theorems.
Okay, so that explains the Dotson if it was
Yeah.
a graphic theorem.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Van Sant, the director, met O'Donnell at a restaurant. Oddly enough, he was the head of the University of Toronto mathematics department. He says, hey, we need some help with problems. And then they looked up the other guy, Mighton, and it's like, okay, those two got on board.
Wow.
Here's the funny part. The actor that played Jared Lambeau, Skarsgård, he said, they actually tried to teach me and make me understand this math, but it was impossible. I did the only thing I could. I just acted.
Well, I can't argue with that thought because it's like, it's one of those, why do I need to learn this?
Well, I'd be in the same boat. Like, listen, it's going to take me way longer to try to comprehend any of this than it's worthwhile. So just let me act it out.
Yeah, just do it. Let's do us all a favor. Just tell me what I need to do. Tell me where to draw the dots, and I'm good.
Actually, make the movie to where I don't even have to draw anything, and we'll just have me look at the paper and say, yeah, this is right. This looks good.
Yeah.
And we'll just go that route.
Yeah.
But how funny was it? Did you guys? One of the poignant scenes for me as well was when, Matt Damon is fed up with him, with Gerard, and he's he's like, listen, I just, it's hard for me to sit around and watch you fumble with this and mess it up, and he lights it on fire and throws
So
it
this
down,
is-
and he runs over and stamps out and looks at it like it's gold.
Yeah.
Like,
You
this
know.
is a joke to me. This is so
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Like I'm so much smarter than you.
Yeah, isn't that crazy
Yeah.
to think that, and he tells him, it makes me sick. I stay up at night knowing there's people in the world like you. And what a deal. So funny stuff like that to put those concepts in.
Yeah, I thought the guy that played Lambeau did a pretty good job of faking as if he was believable to me as a professor at MIT.
Oh yeah.
He had that,
Yeah.
that air about him.
Yeah. I completely bought into his character.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't care much for his character, but still bought into it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys notice when they were telling the baseball story, about how he didn't go to the game where Pudge hit a home run?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a real game or not. It kind of looked like it. I'm
Yeah,
assuming it was.
I
Game
assumed it
6
was
or
too.
something. I'm not
Yeah.
a baseball person, so I have no idea.
I think
But-
they showed like a little bit of footage from it.
Yeah.
They did. That's did you notice though that when they're telling this, when he's telling the story and they're talking about it, they both kind of go around the bases because his chair's set up in a square, and then it's turned in the movie as a diamond, and it looks like they're running bases.
No.
Yeah.
Was that by design or just happy
I
accident?
don't know. I just noticed. I was like, man, they both stood up. And they're like, yeah, and they're both dancing around as if they're going around the bases when they're telling the story. And I was like, they kind of mimicked a little baseball scene.
That's a good catch.
Yeah.
He tells him the whole story, and he's like, Matt Damon's like, wanting more details. He's like, oh, I wasn't there. I sold my ticket. What?
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Oh, man. Guess who they met with at Miramax? Harvey Weinstein.
Weinstein? Really?
Mm-hmm.
But he's not involved in this. You see his name pop up sometimes in older movies from this era.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because he actually read the script. And he says, I only have really one big note on the script. Page 60, the two leads, both straight men, have sex. The hell is that? And Damon and Affleck explained to him about their little test and this is how Miramax got a hold of the Oscar-winning script. Yeah.
Oh, man.
And
What a-
originally, the director, Gus Van Sant, wanted Affleck to die on a construction accident at the end, but they said, nah, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, that makes
Makes no sense.
no, at all. Like if you want a dramatic ending, go for it. But that's just dumb. That would make
Yeah.
absolutely no sense.
Yep. So they had 150 plus F-bombs in the movie. And the most famous line is, how do you like them apples?
When I heard him say that, I wondered if that's where the phrase "How do you like them apples" came from,
Yeah.
or if it was something that had already been used and they put it in the movie.
Yeah, Joe, the problem he's working on the blackboard before he gets interrupted,
Yes.
like, it's not actually all that hard. It's just like homeomorphically irreducible trees with n equals 10. That's all it is.
Oh, is that all? Well, gee whiz.
N equals 10?
Yeah.
I thought that's what X equals.
Morphically. If I can't even say the word, that's pretty hard math problem. Homeomorphically irreducible trees.
Well, gee whiz, Justin. Well, okay, now it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Not that hard. You can't. It's hard enough to read, much less try to figure it out. What was that guy thinking?
Here you go. Sean's office flow. The layout of Sean's office was laid out like a baseball diamond. 4 chairs and a table. So the Carlton Fisk home run reenactment worked out so fluidly. Yeah, I knew what was going on. So the lecture hall in the film was actually McLennan Physical Laboratories at the University of Toronto St. George. And the park bench is Boston's public garden. And it's a memorial for Robin Williams.
Yeah, when Robin Williams passed, that became like an impromptu, unofficial, informal memorial site for him.
The picture of the rowboat in the storm, that was actually painted by Gus Van Sant, the director.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say, I'm a huge Robin Williams fan. There's no
Yeah.
secret there. But this is another movie, Robin Williams movie, that even though I had my gripes about it, from the Robin Williams standpoint, this is another movie that delves into the complexity of Robin Williams's acting ability.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows him for Mrs. Doubtfire and Good Morning Vietnam, but this and Awakenings are two movies, in my opinion, in the Robin Williams collection that should be held in the highest honor on his part, because he can play these serious dramatic roles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's able to insert a little bit of comedy, but almost through a dramatic lens. Totally, like it's a serious movie, but he's able to throw in some little things.
Well,
in there.
and look at his role. His role was that of a psychiatrist that was funny.
Yeah.
You know, he jokes with his class. He's a psychiatrist / teacher at a community college. So he's really a low-level psychiatrist teaching community college classes with a sense of humor, but just internally struggling because his wife passed away and he's just down and out, passing time.
Right.
You know, he's fallen off the radar. He doesn't go to, MIT. He doesn't go to their homecoming things or the reunions or any of that. He's just written it all off.
Yeah.
The students he's teaching, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
The one kid, he's like, "What do you think about trust?" He's like, "Trust is life."
Yeah.
It's like profound. Thank you.
Yeah. And he plays the lottery. There's a winning lottery ticket here, Chief. And he doesn't have any money. He's obviously brilliant. But
He's got the tab at the bar, like that he's hasn't paid yet. Like, yeah.
But it just goes to show he can play these dramatic roles, but and the humor wasn't knock you over the head, over the top.
Wasn't goofy at all.
No, it was, it was a fart joke, but it was still done so eloquently.
And it made his character seem very deep.
Yes.
Not funny, but hurting, but yet, perspective from different areas.
Yeah.
Pretty good. And that's they made a big deal out of Casey Affleck. All his lines were ad-libbed because he was written in as just a side character.
Yeah.
And they're like, make it what you can, and he started ad-libbing, and they loved it.
Wow.
So, two good things coming out of that.
That's what I enjoy us doing this discussion about movies, is a lot of stuff that we enjoy and take for granted in movies. Sometimes a lot of it is just by sheer accident.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a, this movie, again, written as a project by Matt Damon in college, put together with Matt Damon and Affleck, changed, stirred around, and then bam, out comes this movie.
Wow.
Kind of crazy how it all comes together. Yeah.
Had Damon done any other movies before this in terms of acting as a lead?
I don't think so. I mean, they had like Clerks and Chasing Amy and stuff like that.
But nothing like this.
Yeah.
What do you think of the overall pace and of the film, Joe, and how the story in general? Do you think there's any fluff thrown in that could have been trimmed?
I think I could have traded off a little less of the Professor and a little more Robin Williams, just for because I think don't get me wrong, the Professor had a vital role in the movie, but I think they could have traded a little time one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as just fluff, just for fluff's sake, I didn't really see any.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it seemed to flow pretty smooth for me.
Yeah.
But I didn't see any. Did you see any, or anything that you could have taken away? Is like, if we got rid of this.
I'm trying to think. Maybe like the batting cage scene wasn't necessarily.
I thought that tied it together though, because he has the line in there with Lambeau later when he's like, "Listen, the reason the kid hangs out with these no good for nothing scoundrels is because they lay their lives down for him at any point. If he asks him to take a ball bat to your head, that's why he hangs out. They're safe. And that kind of reinstituted
I thought
their
that was
relationship.
kind of established when they all jumped in on that guy and were fighting. For him
Yeah, but I
in the
mean,
streets.
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon had a special relationship,
Mhm.
because like Casey Affleck's like, I'm gonna eat my burger, I'm not getting out, and they're like, you get out now or you're next,
Yeah.
So that bond wasn't as tight as the main two,
Mhm.
and I think that just showed that they can rough each other up and they got that trust,
Mhm.
because I
Yeah,
don't know, I mean
wouldn't
it's
take
things,
it out, but I'm just
yeah,
I'd
there's
leave it in, but still trying to. If I had to take something
Well-
out, they could maybe come out.
I think too that kind of solidified their ideology behind them being scoundrels. I mean, who in the world goes into batting cage? Because they were doing it so you didn't have to pay because they're poor.
Right.
He's in there collecting the baseballs and pitching to him in a batting cage.
Yeah.
You're supposed to let the mechanical arm throw it, and they're having their own little baseball game. So I think it was just scoundrels breaking the rules, and then they mess with each other because that's what you do. I'm just saying, if we were out playing wiffle ball, I would hit both you guys with a pitch on purpose,
And
just
a
because we're
head-
friends.
And just a heads up, there might have been a bat thrown back at your
Yeah,
way.
I mean that's how it works.
Yeah.
So I think it was just a little solidifying that bond between those two.
Yeah.
Because after that he gave him the construction talk. Hey, if you're still here, I'll kill you myself.
Yeah.
You're sitting on a golden lottery ticket. So I don't think they could have those deep conversations without reaffirming their tight friendship. And they they handed out an Oscar win for best script.
Mm-hmm.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
He was in a few movies, Matt Damon, before. The Rainmaker came out right before this. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Him and Danny DeVito.
I have not seen that one.
Oh, I like Rainmaker. You haven't seen Rainmaker?
No.
We gotta watch it next. Although, here's the thing: Coal Miner's Daughter with Loretta Lynn. You guys seen that?
It's been a long
I have not
time.
seen it.
It's been a long time. Like, I've seen bits and pieces over the years, but it's been a long time since
Justin
I've
was
done
saying that
that
was going to be his pick in honor
Yeah.
of Loretta Lynn.
Well, gentlemen, are we getting close to rating this up, or where we at?
Yeah,
I
I'm
think so.
ready.
All right.
It's mop bucket for me, baby. It's an easy one for me. I think I could recommend this film to anybody. It's got a little bit of action, some fighting. Everybody can relate to some of the character in some way. You're either Casey Affleck, a goof off knucklehead. You're a mechanic like the Hauser guy. A teacher, whatever.
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, easy mop bucket.
Yeah, as much as entertaining as like Mrs. Doubtfire is, this is for me. This is Robin Williams gold here. This is
Yeah.
what I like to see. Obviously, both are good, but this has always stood out as a really good performance by Robin Williams. And I didn't notice the accent thing. That definitely would have bugged me if hopefully I don't notice it next time I watch it. I've probably seen this one 6 or 8 times by now, so it's always been a mop bucket for me.
Oh, wow. Oh, man, you guys are really...
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man, so I'm going to look like the jerk on this one. Just get ready.
No, it's not a movie. I mean, it is a movie for everybody, and if you don't like it, that's just poor taste in music on your part. Don't let that bother you, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, probably at the time I saw it, like seeing it in different times and different years. I mean, when I saw it, it was back in high school, and it's just a different experience than you today watching it. So
Right.
something maybe you really liked back then. If I watched it now, maybe I wouldn't be able to quite
Right.
get into.
So this movie, and I'll just tell you guys right now, it does not deserve a smaller burnt, so just feel safe with that.
Okay, thank you.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Robin Williams, I can see exactly why this movie is held in high regard on his part. Literally my chief complaint on that part is if they're going to have his name in the title, I felt like there should be more Robin Williams in the movie. Just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, they had to have a little bit of Star Cloud in there, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
understand it. But yeah, I know what you're saying. So it's a small mop bucket for you? Like not overflowing or anything, but just like regular?
No, I'm gonna have to knock down a little more. And,
Oh,
then the
Joe.
Matt Damon accent. That's what really just
Oh, Joe.
drove me bonkers.
Oh, Joe.
But other than that, I mean,
Did you like the love story?
which one?
him and Minnie Driver.
That one was that didn't bother me too bad.
Casey Affleck in the baseball glove.
That's why Joe asked which one.
Yeah.
I was like, I liked them both.
But actually,
I like that whole thing. Why do you got to go to my mom's room? Is there a VCR in the house somewhere else?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Guys, I know I'm going to catch grief for this. I'm just getting ready for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
For me personally, this is
Don't do it, Joe. You're gonna lose credibility.
Uh,
Hold on. How's this thing rank on
I was
the?
just about to
Yeah.
say, Joe, just so you know, Rotten Tomatoes 96% critics,
Oh my gosh,
94% audience.
Joe.
IMDb 8.3 out of 10. Just so
How
you know.
could you, Joe?
okay.
Joe, you're.
I'm giving this.
Joe's algorithms just farted, and it might be a little wet.
Okay. For my personal opinion.
Is that a drum roll?
Yep.
Yeah.
I just got it. Go ahead.
I wanna rate it higher, but I got to be true to myself.
Oh boy.
I'm giving this one an overflowing medium.
Oh,
Fair
Joe.
enough.
Gosh.
But now, Dave, think about it. I brought up some valid points. This wasn't just dumping on it for dumping on its sake, just because I can.
Overflowing medium. Who wouldn't like this movie?
You bring up a valid point.
I mean, I feel confident. That's one of my measuring sticks is, could I recommend this movie to anybody and be okay with it? I think so.
Yeah.
Because, I've had some movies that were my favorites, but I don't know that they would be everybody's cup of tea. But, man, this one's easy to like.
Well, but my
Medium.
biggest
How
complaint
does this even get in the category of medium?
because
Robin Williams by itself makes it large.
because in my opinion,
And he's
they,
funny.
Well, exactly. My complaint is they don't give him enough screen time.
Yeah.
They
I don't
tout
know.
that this is a Robin Williams classic. I'm not taking away anything from his credibility. He deserves every accolade for this movie thrown his way, but they did not, because this comes after Awakenings and the phenomenal job that he did in Awakenings.
You know what I see, Justin? Joe's going to get himself docked a week. He's going to have to miss a turn and go to jail for a week.
Okay, so I didn't get a turn skipped on Howard the Duck, but I'm getting a turn skipped on ranking
Robin Williams that
Robin
low?
Williams.
Yes,
and
you are.
And here's the thing, Dave. I'm a huge. You know how huge of a Robin Williams fan I am.
I know. That's what's disappointing.
Yeah. So
I cannot believe you give Robin Williams a medium,
so
Joe. He's your guy.
So do you know how hard it is for me to sit here
I
and
don't
say
know. I don't
overflowing
know.
medium?
Joseph.
I want to rate it higher. I absolutely do. But if it's going to be a Robin Williams flip, Robin Williams needs more screen time. I'm sorry.
Joseph.
Because
Just out of curiosity, where do you get the impression that it is, a Robin Williams flick?
That's a good point.
well
From
look at all the trailers, all the movie posters, everything that they talk about.
Well,
When
he
you
is
say-
the
when
main
you say-
actor.
When you say Good Will Hunting, the first thing it's brought up is Robin Williams, Matt Damon. Okay,
Yeah.
but
I think the trailer mostly shows Matt Damon, but
I don't
I
know.
hear
I've never
you.
seen a trailer, I don't think.
I hear you.
they
On the movie poster, it's those two.
yeah,
Yeah. Right front and center.
right.
Because he's a little bit of trickery. They riding the Robin Williams train a little bit.
Yeah,
Which
so-
I don't know if he was huge at that time either, but
Who, Robin Williams?
mhm.
Well, yeah, because this would have been after Mrs. Doubtfire.
And Mork and Mindy and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're probably right there.
Yeah, so I mean, he's
What?
well.
Wait a
well
minute. Mork and Mindy made him famous?
Yeah, that's where he got started. No,
Well,
Happy
man,
Days.
That's where he started, but I mean, come on.
Yeah,
He's in Happy Days?
Okay, yeah, Happy Days. He showed up on Happy Days as Mork,
Okay.
and then Mork and Mindy was a spin-off of Happy Days.
I didn't know Mork was on Happy Days. All right, so the first scene of the trailer is Lambo, and Will in the math, doing math. Second scene, still Lambo, Matt Damon.
First major breakthrough is Good
Will
Morning
Lambeau.
Vietnam.
Yeah, I believe that. Good Morning Vietnam's really good. Matt Damon again. Matt Damon, the judge, the fight scene, police, Lambo in the police station. I don't know, Joe. Not looking good for you. Now the boys in the bar with Minnie Driver. Now the batting cage. Now, here he is. Lambo in the bar scene. Now back to everybody like this play-by-play.
The
We're
movie
halfway, and they're in the office with Robin Williams now, so we're halfway. Back to Minnie Driver, dog track. Minnie Driver, Minnie Driver, Minnie Driver, Minnie Driver, Minnie Driver.
On the poster, part of it makes me feel like he's the more senior actor, so it's like respectful to put
Yeah, Robin Williams
and Matt
barely.
Damon
Right.
the other way or something.
Right.
Now Robin Williams and Lambo in bar scene again. Now
Seems
the
like they
boys.
do that sometimes with older actors that are
More
more well
sta-
established. Like you're not going to put a younger person's name first
On the bench.
Right.
I don't know.
So 3/4 the way through, and Robin Williams has only seen 3 short times on the trailer.
Thank you.
I'm saying that doesn't make it a Robin Williams movie. I'm agreeing with Justin that this is not a Robin Williams movie.
But
Ben Affleck, Will Smith, or not Will Smith, shoot, Will. Construction.
well, that's what I'm
Driver.
saying is, but
Will.
people say it's a Robin Williams flick when,
Those people are crazy, though. You can't listen to them.
but it shows it right on the poster.
Well, yeah.
That's my chief complaint is they claim
you
it's
can't, you can't knock it down to a medium because of a poster.
No, I'm not knocking down because of a poster.
All right.
I'm saying they claim it as a Robin Williams flick. Okay, if you want to base it as
Who's
a
these they people?
Well, I mean, he won Best Supporting Actor, not Best.
right, but I mean Sally Field was a supporting
All right,
actor.
we're all
Mrs.
agreed.
Doubtfire.
Everybody's a mop bucket.
Yeah.
Joe's crazy.
The people out there saying this is a Robin Williams flick need to stop all that.
Yeah, those people are crazy.
That's what I'm saying. That's my chief complaint is this is cataloged as a Robin Williams flick, and it's not. I'm sorry.
You're not sorry.
I love his role in this movie. He does a phenomenal job, but it is
All right, we're just gonna write this one off. The Joe's crazy.
But yeah, like probably if you Googled Best Robin Williams movies, it would be on that list, and people probably do describe it as one of his.
That's a good
films.
point. I'm gonna try that. I feel like that's a valid thing.
16 best. Yep,
Best
number
Robin-
one.
Oh,
Good
number
Will Hunting.
one, Good Will Hunting. So it wasn't even a Robin Williams movie, but
Yep.
it ended up being his best movie.
you gentlemen are helping my case. Thank you very much.
What's Cena think? What's her rating?
I forgot to ask her honestly.
Have you seen Dead Poet Society?
He doesn't like it.
Well, I only saw it once. Well, here's what
Wow,
happened.
that was quick. He
Here's
doesn't
what,
like it.
Yeah, but here's what happened because I was sold. I was led to water, and then once I got to the water, I was told it was prune juice.
What? What are we talking about?
Okay, so we was in high school, and during finals week, if you had like an A in that class, you didn't have to go to finals. You could go to the auditorium and watch a movie for that period. So we're sitting there, and there was like 3 movies, and one of them was Dead Poet Society.
Ooh.
And we was told, if you love Mrs. Doubtfire, you'll love Dead Poet Society. It's just as funny as Mrs. Doubtfire.
No, it's not even funny.
I know. That's why I hate it, because I was led to water and then was told it was prune juice when I got there. It's like I was sold a batch of goods that wasn't it.
Yeah.
So-
I'm seeing a theme here of some knuckleheads giving you bad info. Telling you, oh yeah, you gotta check out the new Robin Williams flick, Good Will Hunting, or yeah, people that don't know what the heck they're talking about.
Yeah. Well, Justin, if I told you who said that, it would all make perfect sense. But I won't throw that person under the bus on the air. But yeah, that. So it's like the whole time I'm sitting there, just like, okay, I'm waiting for the funny to roll in, and it never showed up. Now, if I sit down and watch it, I'll have that stigma going in, and it'd be very difficult for me to do it. I'm not saying I'm 100% against watching it.
Yeah.
Did you guys know he played Popeye in 1980?
Yeah.
Oh boy, Moscow on the Hudson.
I don't think I ever saw that.
The World According to Garp. I forgot he was in that. Awakenings, which was his 10th best movie. Miss
Now-
Doubtfire, which was his 9th.
Would you call Awakenings a Robin Williams flick?
Yes, because he was in basically the whole movie.
Yeah.
1 Hour Photo. The
Oh.
Fisher King. He was great in The Fisher King.
I loved him in 1 Hour Photo. That one was...
He's
Birdcage, 1996. He did a good
classic.
job.
Yep.
Insomnia.
Um,
Good Morning Vietnam, 1987.
he's got some stuff I haven't seen. I need to.
Dead Poet Society,
Get
number
caught
3.
up.
Aladdin, number 2. Number 1, Good Will Hunting. I agree with those. I don't know about Aladdin cartoon.
There was some controversy over that.
Yeah.
He didn't want his name tied with that movie. He just wanted to play the role.
Hold on. So did you watch Dead Poet Society?
I suffered through it and vowed to never watch it again.
Oh my gosh, it's a good movie.
Well, if I was Dave, I'm just saying, if it wasn't sold to me like it was.
Yeah, I gotcha. That had Ethan Hawke. It had some good actors in it.
Now I'm saying as I'm older now, I probably wouldn't buck at the idea of watching it.
Yeah,
But just like
that can be your pick next time then.
At the time, I was told at this and was sold that, and
Have you seen Good Morning Vietnam?
bits and pieces when I was very, very young.
What kind of Robin Williams fan are you?
I loved him in 1 Hour Photo.
You seen Birdcage?
No,
Birdcage is good.
I did watch Jack. I remember watching Jack as a kid.
Yeah, Birdcage is good. Fisher King's good. I'd say Miss Doubtfire is my least favorite movie of his.
Really?
Yeah.
Night at the Museum, he was in those.
Yeah.
Cena and I
I
would
don't
see
know.
him.
Robin Williams has such a gentle, quirky charm. He's such a good guy like that.
Yeah, and that's where, if we go off the normal beaten path of his comedic, over-the-top movies, when we hit this serious stuff, to me it makes it extra special because it shows the actual depth that he had as an actor compared to what people wanted to typecast him in.
What Dreams May Come. That was a pretty wild movie. All right, so we got our rankings: 2 mop buckets and a flat fart by Joe. Gosh, Joe. What are we doing next? Who's next?
Me.
Justin's pick.
Me.
Justin's placed
We
in
got
front of the firing
Justin.
squad.
After nobody's safe after Joe's ranking of Good Will Hunting. So that's all I'm gonna say. That makes it interesting, Joe. It's like a spin of the wheel.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Justin's going to be mad about it and get you back. Oh, you love that movie, Joe? Fine, small.
Yeah.
That's what I say to you.
You like apples? How do you like them apples?
All right, come on, Justin, lay it on us.
Hell or High Water.
What?
Hell or High Water.
Is that the movie?
Yep. Streaming now on Netflix.
What is that about?
Don't know. You know me?
Oh,
Don't know.
Shooting from the hip again.
I want to be nervous and anxious, but Justin cranks out so
Don't
good.
know.
It's a Western, it says.
It is a Western.
You know, it's one of those, I want to be nervous, but Justin has done so well that it's like,
Oh,
I'm
I've
just going
seen
to go for
this.
the ride. Is it good?
Yeah. It's a heart wrencher.
Ooh, okay.
It's got Ben Foster in it. And I don't know if you don't know who Ben Foster is.
Jeff Bridges.
Ben Foster is a really good actor that I feel he gets roles, but man, I think he could be so much better.
Okay, let me put this in my queue.
Chris Pine. Ben Foster. Jeff Bridges.
So, Justin, I'm going to be nosy.
Yep.
How did you come across this decision?
I wish I could tell you. I don't know where this came up.
How about 310 to Yuma? You want to change it to that?
No. Already seen it.
You didn't like it?
I don't know. I want to see something I haven't seen before.
No, I'm joking with you. All right, Hell or High Water. I don't know that I've seen the whole thing. I've seen at least the last half. And it is good.
Okay.
I will promise you, it's a Western, kinda.
But it's modern. Yeah. It's not
Yeah,
like
it's not like
Back
cowboy
in the day,
cowboy
yeah.
Western. It's based just out in the Midwest. But man, it is gut wrenching.
I'm
Prepare
anxious.
yourselves.
I'm anxious to see it.
Jeff Bridges does a really good job.
Sweet.
I would say, let me look at the cast here again. Let's see. Chris Pine plays a character that he's not, you wouldn't know him for. Ben Foster, same thing. I don't know. Ben Foster fits into that role. Jeff Bridges plays his usual. Gil Birmingham, usual. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I probably just scrolled past it on Netflix. That's probably how this came about.
I was going to say that.
Your usual.
Yeah.
Eeny, miny, yep, that works.
Yeah. I was going to say, you usually kind of just randomly just grab stuff, and this is complete out of your.
Better than
I thought
Pig.
I knew your broad spectrum of picks, and then this one's like completely out of left field, so it just expands your broad spectrum.
Mhm.
And
What is Justin's genre here? Nope, there isn't one.
Yeah.
Movies.
Movies, sometimes. Okay, no, this will be a good one. Hell or High Water. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I mean,
Dipping our toe in Western without going back to like John Wayne.
yeah.
stuff.
I mean, and keep in mind, I haven't seen the first half,
Mhm.
so I'm just basing it off of like 45 minutes of me watching whatever.
Well, the movie poster on Google makes it look really good.
It is. From what I saw, it was good. Like I was hooked. I was like, ooh, I got to come back and watch this whole thing, and I never did. So this is a good
Sweet.
opportunity. I
All
like
right.
it. All right,
Worked out.
join us next week. Hell or High Water. Justin's pick.
Take us home, Joe.
All right, so for all of our news and reviews, check out our website at beentherewatchthat.com. Be sure to follow us online on social media. We're on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter at BTWT and be sure to subscribe to our podcast, Been There, Watch That. We're on all the major platforms, and every episode is hosted by Anchor.fm.
All right. Well,
Another one in the books.
Justin,
Been there. Watch that.
be back next week. Hell or High Water. Join us for Justin's pick.